Bawumia was not in charge of the economy during the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Achim police so abekasa. Hey, na nipa so wie ye nyo. Atta Akyea kwatena Paul show so na oye den or person kire say Bawumia was not in charge of the economy. Bawumia was not in charge. Atta Akyea the busuani ne Akufo-Addo.
Bawumia Atta Akyea, yes, oye senior campaign member of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Now he has been dragged together with the boss, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, over entro akasia omocha ewo abe fonten so omo videos trendy. All right, ni na say Atta Akyea kopim ewo Paul Adom Ochre ne show so. Na de no kan na say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no onka the NPP government as the economist leader. Now when even Paul Adom Ochre bisana na nsema odi aguonom I drew the headquarters of Kevin Ekobedu Taylor, and this is the video I put Atta Akyea into trouble no.
So Dr. Bawumia was sidelined.
Oh, please. Who doesn't know this?
By whom?
By the president and his cousin, of course. What did you see?
By Akufo-Addo and Ken Ofori-Atta.
In the running of the economy.
Now, this is the beginning of the expose. His Excellency, the former President Nana Addo, or tweety applauding Bawumia. Or say, I am glad to be able to report that the economic management team under the stellar leadership of the strong, brilliant economist Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia has risen to the challenge, and the hard work is beginning to show positive results. Yes, so now 2018. Let's just say this was the tweet by the former president Nana Akufo-Addo. And then Uncle here, how could you say Bawumia was not part? Well, let's listen to the rest of the video.
Now, momentum adebuha, ye jinemo ye ni baby akọ, ye ni ayire neti. Bawumia was not in charge of the economy during the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Achim police so abekasa. Endra okotena Paul bewu esho so. Paul bewu. Na nansemu hu se Paul wa tantan. Endra tade bia na se wa tantan. Hey, na nipa so wie ye nyo. Atta Akyea okotena Paul show so na oye den or person kire say Bawumia was not in charge of the economy. Bawumia was not in charge. Atta Akyea the busuani ne Akufo-Addo. Momo yanko tie Atta Akyea any Paul bewu. Just say people from this year Jimmy o. Momo yanko tie omo. Hwe Paul no why you think Paul yare o or yare serious. What the bunim dey see. Mo hwe Paul. Atta Akyea say Bawumia was not in charge of the economy. What was Bawumia in charge of?
What we are seeing. And
so Dr. Bawumia was sidelined.
Oh, please. Who doesn't know this?
By whom?
By the president and his cousin, of course. What did you see?
By Akufo-Addo and Ken Ofori-Atta.
In the running of the economy. He was not in charge at all.
How do you know this?
Well, at least I could see what happened when I was in the cabinet. And I could see also what happened when I was outside the cabinet. I'm not here to wash our dirty in the public, but show one record that, Bawumia was the one who was trying to overhaul the exchange rate and he failed. Do you know what was happening at that time?
Gold for oil was to overhaul the exchange rate, but we ended at $14 dollar. Now the NDC is on 10.
Do you know whether somebody wanted to that the system should operate full throttle, or it was like, if it's coming from Bawumia, let's not glorify it? Do you understand what is happening?
Are you suggesting that there was some undermining of the gold for oil policy?
Oh, goodness me. But how much money was released from the Bank of Ghana that we should buy gold when Bawumia was vice president? Let's do statistics and you see that do not say a man should be pregnant. It's a cruel argument. When he hasn't gotten the wherewithal a man has no womb to be pregnant.
What's the point?
The point I'm making is that there is no evidence that huge largesse of resources were given to Bawumia to run the economy and you blew it. There is no. And
Nobody's saying that. Are people saying that?
But what is it that you are talking about?
They are talking about he being the chairman of the economic management team.
What economic management
then that
team?
is expected to lead the economic renaissance.
Was there an economic management team that was trying to, drive the economy and direct Ken?
Dr. Bawumia is the one who introduced.
No, if it was so, the MPs have eyes to see. They said, look, this bad manager of the economy, Bawumia, should go. What did they say?
Bawumia cannot go on the MPs by the law.
Resign.
No, well, okay, they could have called for his resignation.
Resign.
Yeah, they could have called for his resignation.
In fact,
but they were calling for the dismissal of Ken, not his resignation.
Well, and look at even the NDC MPs. They want the censure.
Yes.
Why? Who was responsible for the economy and who has to be censured?
It was Dr. Bawumia who gave the general public the list of the very fantastic actors at the economic management team. Jan Bafo, Alan Chemate. It was Dr. Bawumia who said.
Find out from them whether it was in name or it was in function and who was actually in charge. You see,
so now you see the strategy, the kind of messaging Bawumia crooks, they want to cook now. They are disassociating themselves from Akufo-Addo's government completely. They are sounding as if Bawumia wanya bibia wa binding. But this is the same Bawumia who is taking credit for gold for oil. He is taking credit for everything. In fact, or see Adebia kosi sisi bia ye jubebiano e yono na de bae. Achim police Atta Akyea only T. Why say Achim police? Makacham said the NPP they still think it's a Ghana of Jimmy. 90% of impeniform MPP mo Jimmy. And 90% of politicians mo MPP mo munim nyansa. Unima de kro. They are stuck between two things. One, they cannot disassociate themselves from Akufo-Addo. Because when they disassociate themselves from Akufo-Addo, then it exposes Bawumia. Now the question is, if you are disassociating Bawumia from Akufo-Addo, then what does Bawumia represent? Because it is what Akufo-Addo and Bawumia did, and also Bawumia ran it also. So they are stuck between these two things. Now what they are trying to do is say, they cannot disassociate themselves from Akufo-Addo. Say Akufo-Addo is a terrible leader. Akufo-Addo did not do anything. Akufo-Addo's bad policies on the Bawumia and Asai. Because the moment they do that, Mahamudu Bawumia also takes the fall with Akufo-Addo. Because Bawumia was Akufo-Addo's vice who was in charge of the economic management team. Now, they cannot disassociate themselves completely from Akufo-Addo. And secondly, they cannot also run on another record apart from Akufo-Addo's record. And they are stuck in this two space. Now, what they are trying to do is say, they are trying to isolate Bawumia from the government, but not from Akufo-Addo. Because when you detach Bawumia from Akufo-Addo, technically, you want to tell me, say, Bawumia should take responsibility. Now, when you keep Akufo-Addo in the picture, Bawumia and Akufo-Addo shares the responsibility. So what are they doing? What they are trying to do now is say, now, we want you to understand, say, even the government, na Bawumia Kanwa, now or the head of economic management team, taking decisions for Akufo-Addo in cabinet, now they are saying, say, Bawumia was sabotaged by some people. Oh, say, they have all refrained from saying, say, Akufo-Addo was the one who has caused Bawumia this problem. Now they are trying to use Kenoforiata. It is an easy spot for them to use. Iti so utie na komia, utie Atta Akyea, utie Oseche Mensa Bonsu. The criminals somebody Bawumia china. Every time it comes to Bawumia issue, they are not able to mention Akufo-Addo's name. They are always running from the name of Akufo-Addo. Because the moment you mention Akufo-Addo, you know Bawumia has twin is Akufo-Addo. Now they are trying to look for some people on an easy target, low-hanging fruit, to say they are the ones to blame for Bawumia's poor performance. Now on say Atta Akyea Kasano, or the Kwako Share Bank of Ghana governor. Yakase gold for oil. Yadawuti Kroma Bawumia is taking credit for gold for oil upon all the losses, But and the Atta Akyea say, Yanko back into the records. Some people sabotaged Bawumia because Where is the money? When the man Bawumia sika se on run gold for oil. Kwasia. Bawumia etam gold ne de ko Dubai no or the man Alpha Stream no kwasia mpenyi na e wan sika. Time Bawumia eji sika o Bank of Ghana. Gold na ya toto no PMMC etoto gold ma Bank of Ghana. Bawumia ka se gold for oil. Yantam sika no enfangu shipum enkoto petrol no kwasia atachia na sa sika no eyo ma media. So you see what they are doing. They are struggling with the communication because they know their product is a stinking pig. With all due respect, it is a prekwa a bone. Now they are trying to isolate it from Ekufuado. Now they cannot criticize Ekufuado because when they criticize Ekufuado was a chunk of criminals who will come after you. Into what are they going to do? And then I'm on communication. I think what they need to say clearly to Ghanaians. They say, Bawumia and Ekufuado, they failed. They cannot see.
What? They cannot see. That's so serious. That means the NPP as a party, papa, because that is so serious. That is so serious. You go explain, Taya. How? Well, I think the earlier the better they will bounce back. But the way things are going, that's serious. That's serious.
They cannot boldly come out because if people are blaming the administration of Edian failure, why do you isolate the president? Let us know. So why is everybody running from Ekufuado's name? They are confused. They are liars. They are thieves. They think we are forgotten. Now they cannot run on any record of Ekufuado. Mahmoud Bawumia Atta Akyea said, or the 33 policies and the car Ekufuado dia ho and our XLA, they have refused to speak on the 33 policies. And they can't also speak on the Ekufuado's policies. So right now, they are looking for people that are low-hanging fruit and to go after them. Into all picky Ken Ofori-Atta. Ken Ofori-Atta is the one. Normal picky Bank of Ghana governor. Addison Jimmy is the one. They cannot speak about Ekufuado. Let me show you something. You see this? This is Nana Addo Dankwa Ekufuado in 2018. They now upkind the State of the Nation address. They are not catching Ghana. I am glad to be able to report that the economic management team, under the stellar leadership of the strong, brilliant economist, Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia, has risen to the challenge and the hard work is beginning to show positive results. That is full credit. This is full credit without ambiguity. Bravo. This is full credit. Preposterous, inequivocably, astronomically ambiguous, ambitious, full credit. Nana Addo Dankwa Ekufuado Beka in State of the Nation, he said this: I am glad to be able to report that the economic management team under the stellar under the stellar leadership of the strong, brilliant economist, Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia, has risen to the challenge and the hard work is beginning to show positive results. Why didn't Ekufuado talk about Ken Ofori-Atta? Why didn't Ekufuado say? Because Ken Ofori-Atta, as you people are saying, he was in charge. Why didn't Ekufuado credit Ken Ofori-Atta? But he deliberately, single-handedly picked out Bawumia, the economic management team, 90% of whom. Why did he mention only Bawumia's name? Because Bawumia had to take the full credit and responsibility. Nkwasiafo. Yebe kai mo akopese se munyina mu bewu. Mo bodam. 38% me so about 32%. Muni idea. Me the Bawa do 24%. Bawumia is a problem. Bawumia is a problem. The NPP is a lying and killing machine. They don't want to accept somebody Ghana Bonnet. They don't want to accept that Bawumia cannot do the job. They don't want to accept that Bawumia is a failure. He knows nothing. Wabong. Now what attach a treasure to why would ticket say action police to war nobody gave Bawumia money for gold for oil. But the same the joker is telling us we should give him credit for gold for oil. Where did he get the money? Gold for oil, sika omodekoto gold oil no. Na wana sika, na Bank of Ghana sika. You are a foolish old man. Because your actions, your utterances, and that room to be able to insult you people in a very comfortable way. Jimmy, you don't respect the intelligence of Ghanaians. We will drop your vote to 24%. See how we are here. Yanko baby, we would make sure Ghanaians get to know the truth. Why did he single out Bawumia? He singled out Bawumia because he wanted everybody to know Bawumia is the one who did it, and he is the brilliant economist, stellar leadership. Okay, stellar leadership, brilliant economist. Kwasia and all talk I say Bawumia was not given the room to work. So every day it is not Bawumia. Nana kumia betina no kan Kwasia said it is not Bawumia. Also betina it is not Bawumia. Inti enji mundi. Nine. More respect inti ne dimu atabono. What you say is politics as usual. 1992 politics, 1996 politics. Where the enko chantro ne ekotena ne ka ebeto ni patrim. Ya ne waha ya masa Kwasia fon kokora tisemo. Ajantra for amon kan okre to run this country down again. Munyina mo ya trofo mo kan okre. Sa de wo me na troye. This is 2018 11:50 Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo on X. Atta Akyea niti onuniti I say Achim police onu manoma na efe na Achim police no sa na Atta Akyea te mu ye mpanifo mu njintum ya disappointed Ghana for. The question here is, why did Akufo-Addo bring Mahamudu Bawumia as his vice president? There were so many people Akufo-Addo could have chosen as his running mate and our vice president. He brought Bawumia because Bawumia was an economist. Mahamudu Bawumia in opposition had a lot of press conferences, symposia and symposium. He was talking about economy. He made us believe Sikawa Bank of Ghana. When he comes, he is going to make sure dollar na was 3.6 or the dollar na 1.1. He ended up dropping the dollar at 17.82. Petrol now found at 3.55. He ended up dropping the petrol at 17 Ghana cedis. This guy was all over the place telling us that he is an economist. Akufo-Addo with Jimmy. 90% of us went out to vote for Akufo-Addo because of Bawumia. Because Bawumia Kechere said, or no, Akufo-Addo chose him because of his economic background. That is why in 2018, Akufo-Addo was giving him full credit for Eddie and his speech, Now you are telling me Bawumia wasn't given the room to work. Oh,
this is so serious. Though a hard ways and Kevin Taylor or use as a now, but all the same, you cannot, justify the fact say na Bawumia no the office honor no keke. What was he doing? So what I say? So all the one, it becomes a different thing. All right.
Why didn't Akufo-Addo mention Ken Ofori-Atta's name? Senator Ken Ofori-Atta, finance minister. Why didn't he mention any other person's name? Why didn't Akufo-Addo decide to mention every single person in the economic management team? But he decided to single out Mahamudu Bawumia. Andra, I played a video of Osafo Mafo singling out Bawumia to say Bawumia has performed his leadership. Because they gave the economy to the Koliko. Suddenly, we should forget all these things. Now, what Akyea wo join the Saya wo a church ho yarefo obegyinaka say yes, Bawumia did not do what? Ye nyina ya bete say former Maslock CEO Sedna Tamaklo Ationu detained at Nevada Southern Detention Center. Ghana ambassador to US Victor Smith confirms. And then you bring the ambassador Mr. Victor Smith. And now His Excellency Victor Smith, Oba Joy News, Oba Clarify. As I see radio, Jandambi, and the Jandambi are doing, and they say, the story be about trouble, and they say, person catch Ghana for say, this lady has not been arrested. The lady has been arrested. Now you see, this lady's matter is not like an ice matter. And your ice ne chima amuwe. This lady, extradition, and a danoso, and a yatsono. And they say, oh, Shishama amuwe case moi. The security agency handling this matter, they are not going to put this woman out there just like that. They need to protect records. They need to make sure, say, Sama Meneso, the protection, high security, or say protecting ye, and sana omo deporting, and also omo extraditing Edinako Ghana. Until you cannot just get up and say, Mako, Nevada, I've Googled, I'm looking for this woman's name. Wait, Jimmy, it does not work like that. Into Asasi Radio, led by Gabriel Chidako, and the gendarme they were putting out there. No, they have gone to check. This woman has been arrested in the United States of America because the government of Ghana, remember, and the Ambassador Victor Smith, or can send me or join news. Or see, Mami were extradition, NPP for the 2 mu. And the NDC for Basu be pencil. That means they wanted to get this woman into extradition and the whole that. It's the NDC for by Attorney General Bayana or starting the US for the Dean say this woman needs to come back home and serve her sentence. And finally, this woman has been arrested. The reason why MPP for don't like this woman being arrested and being brought back to Ghana and they say, Samami we back Ghana. I was say omotia say they don't have any excuse when it comes to Kenoforiate's test matter. Because we say right now, no, MPP for the Magia to say Kenoforiate, but their argument is that why can't you try him in absentia? Adentina, why Yajatu so ye party ye for Adentina Muntimin Chan Abra Oniho. Mami we cry and this, yet Mami we oko court, Emma ye buan for. Emma Kachen's uncle de fiasi. And or the permission by so or question who are 1 week was a day and one babium. Into my way there, ni jail time na daho. Say this 50 years cry or Ghana or straight to jail. But Kenoforiate and wa boy a chrono. Ye hiano manabe in one or say the same case. No problem. Right now, this woman has been arrested by the US Marshals. Now the question here is Moana mode mami we asem a different Kenoforiate. What are you going to say today? And Nuntina Gabi Ochedako, early this morning, Okacha Asasefo say they should put some fake news out and tell the people, say, this woman called Tamaklo, Etionamno, Etionuno, Yencheno, Omakoya research, Omanfa any document to tell us, say, through an email exchange, through a telephone conversation, they just came to put out to say, oh, it is not true. But the embassy of Ghana, Omu released an official statement. The embassy, the Ghana embassy, Washington D.C. And young Kwajuma, this is an embassy. Mr. Victor Smith or Ambassador Victor Smith or the president of Ghanaians in Ghana, in America, when he requests for information from the US government, they have no option than to give to him because he is representing Ghana. He is our president here. So for an embassy to release a statement and for the ambassador to sign, not a stupid radio station in Ghana, because of politics in they just come out and say it is not true, it's a lie. Then it means the people behind the radio station, Jimmy, from Monday we are coming to list the editors our assassin. Now this is the statement the embassy released. And what did it say? 15th of January 2026. Arrest and detention of Mrs. Sedina Tamaklo Ationu. I can today confirm that Mrs. Sedina Tamaklo Ationu is being detained at the Nevada Southern Detention Center, 2190 East Mesquite Avenue, Pahrump, Nevada, which is all the way in the West Coast. Now, my information is that she was detained by U.S. Marshals on January 6th and has since been kept at that detention center. I am reliably informed that acting on an extradition request sent to the U.S. authorities sometime in July 2024, U.S. Marshals arrested Mrs. Tamaklo Ationu and placed her in detention to await her day in court. Victor Emmanuel Smith Infantini, he is the ambassador of Ghana for Ewaha. And I listened to his interview on Joy News Now. This woman is going to face court on the 21st of January. We are court 21st January. So then a radio station was sitting in Ghana. A radio station yadi cocaine sika and a drug money. Ekache Ghana for say official statement a free embassy DC it is a lie. Why? So what we are saying here and say, Mami we your friend Sedenam. I always forget her name. Your friend Sedna Tamaklo. Yachin wa America. NPP are buying and send this extradition request in 2024. It is a Yachina a MPP for and ne America buying catch almost say Ghana Nibia ba as some done so Yanfanembra and finally Yachima ameno. It's we Ghanaians, we are all supposed to support the extradition request now. Yes, so you're pushing for Ken Ofori-Atta to be brought to Ghana. So this alone, and I said the NPP as a political party, they are supposed to release a statement. They are supposed to release a statement and say, we are very happy that today the government of Ghana, through the Attorney General, they have taken this step, this decision to bring back this woman, Sedna Tamaklo. Now, we are almost say we would like the Attorney General to use the same energy to bring Ken Ofori-Atta to Ghana. This is what we are expecting from a party that is a patriotic party. In nine, Ekufuado atichidere kwasi ampenyi wotewo. Since Ken Ofori-Atta asemba Jimmy for on can be on an employ Ken Ofori-Atta. Yaba pa kufuati wo Ken Ofori-Atta asemba on can be. Hakon uso agiment wo Ken Ofori-Atta asemba on can be. Mo party neck omotewo impenyin toto omunyire guo Ken Ofori-Atta none of them anka say neck a release statement no mo catch Ken Ofori-Atta say we NPP we want you to come because your actions and then Amagana for you know say akromfo and so the neck is sitting there because they are in support say obi wia you don't got na bruchire Kofo supports that. Ekufuado supports that. Hakan Usman supports that. The party leadership, Michael Kwe, they all support criminality. And into the neck of the NPP, National Executive Council, they have not been men enough and women enough and people with integrity enough to release a statement to tell Nana Dankwa Ekufuado that he should tell Ken Ofori-Atta to come to Ghana. They are all in Ghana telling us they are statesmen. Yeah. You people are lying.
Yeah, not just because their war from ceases through. You people are liars. Not just Kevin, it could be the Taylor. I conclude by Sir a inclusion. Yeah, as some more. We over say, Twitter, the former president, tweeted and one bull video OBID, and say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Na Atta we senior campaign member, senior member of Bawumia campaign no. Ubekasi doesn't mean say Bawumia onimoji. Doesn't mean say Bawumia or supporter what you are saying because we are the senior campaign member. All right, it is what it is. I'm sure show you the comment section. So now back up cool by subscribing. More filler. It be back some more episode for Azazi aka you be the head. May I say Pia.
Wonderful people, my name is Akuma Mama Zimbi, and I love to read and listen to GH Celebrating News. May I say.